We're here on Chiapas. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Not really, of course. Only joking. I bet they actually thought we were really on Chiapas.
I bet they did.
I bet you did.
Convincing.
I bet you did. No, we're not really on Chiapas, of course. We are, in fact, in a car on our way to the wonderful Alton Towers here in Staffordshire. We're pretty close. We're like here, wherever this is.
Kingsley.
Kingsley. Kingsley, you know. Yeah, so we're making our way to the park, listening to some immersive theme park audio,
Looping back around,
getting ready for an immersive day. We've listened to both the Klugheim soundtrack and the Chiapas soundtrack.
And now we're all hyped to go to Phantasialand. Oh wait.
Don't. Leave the memories alone. I miss Phantasialand. But Alton Towers is still quite good, so we're going to go there and have an immersive day.
And we're going to see the repainted monorail station. That's what I can't wait to see. That's what I'm really excited about.
Can't wait. Join us, won't you? Finally emerging.
Oh my god.
Through the mythical Alton Towers repainted monorail station.
Hang on, it's got to be done, hasn't it?
Does it?
It's got to be done. Hang on,
I'm concerned about getting in the queue, but
oh right.
do it.
We've got to do it. We've got to put the I know I killed this meme
By printing it out.
but we've got to bring it back just for this
It's
moment.
the repainted Alton Towers monorail station.
The final swan song of this meme. We're going to put
repainted
the monorail
station.
Put the monorail station on the monorail station.
Memeception.
And that's it. It's reached peak meme now. That's it. It's done.
Right, we are going to get in the queue and get Owen's season pass, and then we'll see you on park. We have finally made it into the park.
Made it. It's 11:25. A little later than we were hoping.
Yeah,
It's all gone a bit wrong, basically.
so there's this theme park what's been going round, and it's all gone a bit wrong. So we queued for the monorail for like about 10 minutes. You know, it was a reasonable sized queue, but there was plenty of trains on, so it was moving pretty quickly. And then as we were maybe like a couple of trains away from getting on, the monorail broke down. And so we were standing around for maybe an additional like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, waiting for them to get it running again. A lot of people abandoned the queue, you know, and we thought about doing that, but then thought like sod's law, the second we leave the queue, the monorail will come sailing past us.
Yeah, we made the right call, I think.
We did. We waited a little while longer, and then the monorail got up and running again. So that was cool. Then you saw us emerge from the hallowed ground of the Alton Towers repainted Memorail station.
I feel so fulfilled at long
Me
last
too, yeah.
to have witnessed it in person.
Bucket list experience for me right there.
Well, you've already seen it, but
I didn't really pay any attention to it when I was here the other week. Honestly, I kind of just overlooked it. Silly of me, I know. Then we got to the ticket plaza to be informed that the card machines, or the ticket desks, had gone down.
yeah, we had to get my season pass because I haven't got it yet.
Yeah, and they weren't able to process card payments, and we didn't have enough cash on us to get Owen's season pass.
Yeah.
So they informed us we could use the cash machine on the plaza, which cost you £1.95. So we queued for that to find that that wasn't working. That had broken down as well. So then a member of staff was escorting people, like 3 or 4 at a time, in through the turnstiles to use the cash machines on Towers Street,
Yep.
Which she informed us these ones are free, you don't have to pay a charge for these. That's not true. They were still £1.95. So we withdrew some money.
But then while that was happening,
Came back out onto the entrance plaza to discover that they'd fixed the broken card machines and were able to process card payments after all. And the queue for the ticket offices had grown quite a bit by this point. So we queued.
it wasn't that bad. The queue was moving quite fast.
Owen's got his season pass now, or his temporary.
Yeah, I've got my little card. I need to pick it up.
So at some point we need to return to the box office on Tower Street for him to redeem that and get an actual, physical, real, tangible, plastic season pass of wonderment and immersion.
Fucking shiny pass.
So we're finally on park. We're going to head over to the Forbidden Valley, I think, and start the day in the best possible way on the granddaddy of them all, the 25-year-old, the Beast. Oh my God.
Comes out for the beast. Oh, that's an old meme, isn't it? Let's see who remembers that.
I don't remember that. Maybe you guys do.
Yeah.
So we're going to go towards Forbidden Valley, ride Nemesis, maybe ride Galactica, all that stuff, and then probably work our way back around the park from that way around. You get it, you know what I mean. So yeah, let's go there, shall we?
Immersive.
Immersive. We have ridden Nemesis, simply the beast, since 1994, you know. Running great as always. Well, I say as always. It had a bit of a rough patch last summer. We rode it in June after riding Icon a lot, and it felt like not as amazing as I remembered it. Whereas so far, I rode it a few times a couple of weeks ago, running great.
I've heard good things about how it's been running this season. That was my only ride on it so far, but that was good.
Yeah. Back row, fast, intense.
Back row still relatively smooth.
Yeah, relatively smooth, you know. The odd like jolt, but that's more like down to the intensity of you going straight and then into a 0G roll or a corkscrew, so you've got that quick lateral movement and then straight again, and the transition from that just smacks you about a little bit.
But lateral forces.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. But it's nothing nothing too serious. It's fine, it's running great. We'll probably get back on that towards the end of the day, I would have thought. Yeah, and then we went and did Galactica, which again, running really well. I think I said in the last vlog that it surprises me how, like, it's quite forceful really for a ride that a lot of people dismissed as being boring, and you can fall asleep on it.
I've had on that, because again we're on the back row again.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever done that on the back row before, and that was surprisingly intense, more so than I was expecting.
Yeah, you just get more moments of intensity going through the various elements.
I'll tell you why I've never done that on the back row before, because it's been VR for so long.
Oh yeah, the newly VR-free Galactica, which is a great move in my opinion by the park. It, you know, it crippled the throughput of a ride that already had a bit of an iffy throughput, because obviously the restraints are a bit more complex. They usually require multiple checks per train.
Can that sound effect shut off, please?
It's the guitar playing Haunted Gravestone.
Why does it make a guitar sound? There's like someone with a clarinet, someone with a violin, an opera singer, someone with a cello and an organ.
And then, yeah.
And yet you can hear an electric guitar.
It does sound like an electric guitar. So we're heading back through the Haunted Hollow now. We're going to do dual, because we might as well. And yeah, maybe have a piss break, who knows? Maybe it's an exciting, immersive piss break. But yeah, we'll...
Not the most immersive piss break, because nothing will ever beat the Klugheim toilets in Phantasialand for immersive toilet experiences.
I forgot to vlog the Klugheim toilets, honestly.
Did you even mention it?
I don't think I did. The single most immersive poo I've ever had.
Yeah.
Seriously. Anyway.
I could have happily just sat in there shitting all day. It was amazing.
So we're going to go and do dual. Have an immersive time. We just did dual. We're in the gift shop, having a bit of merch paradise, and what you...
I've got some good merch here, just some hairy wobbly things.
Wow.
Yeah. Nothing,
That's
nothing strange about these, are there?
No. Show off. It's not the size that counts, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look at the size of this muggage. That's one for the world of theme parks, isn't it?
We do like a bit of muggage here on Evil Lewis Vlogs. Oh my god. How much tea? That's like about 2 or 3 pints of tea.
That's roughly the average amount of tea that I have in the morning, although usually I sort of separate it out into different cups, but if I had that, I could just have it all
You could drown a man in that.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Very small, man.
Safety first, kids.
Yeah. Mug safety is very important.
You know.
You know.
As well as merch paradise, we did actually ride dual. It's fine, you know.
Do you know what?
Fine.
I think it's gotten darker, because I think a lot of people were complaining that it was too light after the refurbishments last season.
It was quite it's overly well lit.
It seemed like they've maybe toned it down a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Again, as I said on the last vlog, there's some good theming in there. I still prefer Blackpool Pleasure Beach's Ghost Train, but maybe that's the nostalgia factor. I don't know. Also, the ride stopped kind of about 3/4 of the way around.
In the graveyard bit, outdoor bit.
For not long, maybe like a minute. We were kind of praying and hoping that we'd get the an elusive ride evac.
Evac cred.
Yeah, but it wasn't to be. Unfortunately, the ride restarted. But you know, one day.
That's a phrase you'd only ever hear enthusiasts say.
Unfortunately,
the ride restarted
and operated as normal. Yeah, we were hoping we were going to get evacuated, but we didn't. So.
Oh, I'll tell you what else. We saw Francis Jackson outside of Galactica doing some cleaning with his brush. And
Francis Jackson? Yeah. Was he cleaning with a brush?
Actually, no, I think he might have had one of those litter picker things. He was definitely doing some...
How the mighty have fallen. Francis, mate. You're a legend. You're better than litter picking.
Oh no, he's just a good manager. He likes to get his hands dirty.
Yeah. He is. We all love Francis Jackson. He's a legend. He's a legendary human being. I can't talk. It's quite warm now. It's got warm. I've took my jacket off.
We should have got him in the vlog.
We should. Maybe next time.
We only briefly spotted him.
Yeah. Not sure what we're going to do next. We're making our way back through Katanga Canyon. We'll figure it out. We might quickly hit up Wicker Man if the queue's not too big, or we might make our way to X Sector and get some non-fountain chicken. Food's definitely going to happen in the very near future because we're all pretty hungry. Early starts and all that, you know, you get hungry sooner than you normally would. So yeah, we'll wander about a bit and decide what we're going to do. We haven't even got any off-ride footage of any of the rides. We'll try and get some for you later. You know what they look like. You've watched professional vlogs. You know what the rides do. I might try and get some off-ride footage later. We did the immersion. We did Wiki Boy, Wicker Lad,
Wiki Boy,
Wicker Unit. It was good.
Lad.
It was good. We were batched right in the middle of the train though, which was Owen's fault. Because
I know, I've got this curse where every time I ride Wicker Man, I can only ever get on like row 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. I only ever get the middle of the train. Can't remember the last time. Well, probably the only time that I've ever been anywhere other than the very middle was the first time I went on it, where I got a front and a back row that day. But ever since then, I've only ever been in the middle, and we think I'm cursed. We think it's because when the one time we went to the Chained Oak, I think maybe I broke a little bit off.
You activated the curse. He activated the curse. Always be careful not to activate the curse when visiting Alton Towers and the surrounding area. Yeah, it was fine. To be honest with you, there was almost no airtime in the middle of the train, but it was still an enjoyable ride.
Still a speedy boy.
Yeah, really fast, really flies round, really smooth. I also noticed there was smoke.
But he's turned blue.
Can't say that. He'll get us reported, and there'll be a takedown notice on the video. His legal team will get in touch with me. Yeah, there was smoke in the pre-show room when we entered it. I've not noticed smoke in the pre-show room before, so
yeah, I'm not sure if I have. I think I might have, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure someone will tell us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know if that's new, or if I just haven't noticed it before, or if it had just they timed, because it was like clearly a puff of smoke had just been like
on the right hand side.
Yeah. So I don't know if like normally there's a puff of smoke before the doors open and it's just supposed to like disperse and make the room look a bit smoky. I don't know. We're heading towards X Sector. Gonna get some
chicken.
Just chicken with four G's of flavour. It's gonna be tasty. We got a good spinny ride there. It never fails to, I don't want to say like terrify me, but it's just so crazy and so disorienting. I'm a big fan of those Borasan spinning coasters actually. After having done Winges at Phantasialand, which were awesome. I've got a new appreciation for Spinball as well. So, you know, yeah. So we did that, that was good fun.
Have we done a food review yet?
No, and now it's time for Evil Lewis's food review. Oh my god. We had some, I was instinctively going to say fountain chicken then. We've had some
Oblivion chicken.
Just Chicken from the rebranded Fried Chicken Co. It's now called Just Chicken.
Over 4 G's of flavour.
Over 4 G's of flavour. It's basically the same chicken as it always was, but with the new branding. It's pretty decent. I think it's better than Mandy's Fountain Chicken, and it's less likely to cause you to spend the rest of the day sat on the bog wishing for death. So, you know, there is that. We're heading towards X Sector. Basically, we had chicken in X Sector. We went back to the box office for Owen to get his actual season pass. Then on our way back we did Spinball. We're gonna do the rides at X Sector and then probably make our way round to the Intamin Forest, probably via Hex. But not before a quick toilet break. That's important.
Yeah, sure we'll vlog after this break.
Let's not do that, no. That's an awful
I was
idea.
just thinking like nobody ever does that. We could do a new thing. But
I wonder why.
Idea.
Shane Sandwich did it.
Oh yeah.
Shane Sandwich did the John Wardley's new toilets or whatever I can't remember.
Yeah, Shane Sandwich is probably the best theme park vlogger.
I love Shane Sandwich. Shane, I hope you make it out of the void and return to vlogging. Coaster boy.
That's the problem. He activated the curse.
He did.
And that's
Never activate the curse. Jesus Christ, I hate this hill. This hill climbing out of the X Sector.
Did you see that meme that was like the size of the size of Jupiter, the size of the hill coming out of X Sector?
The X Sector is definitely, the hill coming out of X Sector is definitely bigger than both of those things.
Yeah. I don't remember who made the meme, otherwise I would give credit, but that was...
Whoever you are,
a relatable
well
meme.
played. That was some well memed.
YouTube vlog.
YouTube video.
Was that the best they could come
They
up
shouted YouTube video. Yes, it is. Yes. We just rode the Smiler. You can see it behind us. And I said this on the last video. I'm going to say it again today. Do you know what? It was smooth. It's smooth.
It's alright.
It's smooth, Owen. It's
fine.
It's smooth.
It was a lot of fun actually. I really enjoyed that.
It's not rough.
Yeah.
It's fucking smooth. So you don't necessarily think it's any smoother?
Well, I mean, I've not actually thought of it as that different to how it was last season, to be honest.
Sure.
I've never really thought it was particularly rough anyway.
Maybe I'm just paying more attention to it. Maybe I'm just more aware of it. But like literally, okay. Sorry. Literally. I'm so out of breath right now. That hill, man. And I'm fat and out of shape.
You would choose to vlog like right as we're just coming up back.
Whew. Oh, damn, son. Right. As far as ride experience and smoothness goes, there's some vibration in the trains, but I don't think there's any more vibration than there is on like Icon, for example. Don't kill me.
I think
don't at me.
You notice it more on Smiler because
your feet are on the floor.
Your feet are on the floor and it's really vibrating. It's
yeah, the floor's vibrating quite a bit. But there's still a couple of jolts in and out of a couple of the inversions.
But hardly.
Yeah, hardly. I think,
to be honest,
Nemesis is probably about the same in terms of smoothness of ride experience. And it's got...
in terms of the little jolts on every old element, but...
You get some really cool airtime on the second airtime hill.
Yeah,
nice little pop on the first airtime hill. Some really good positive G's coming like out of some of the inversions and into some of them. Some cool hang time. It's got everything. And it's smooth. What the fuck? The Smiler, who'd have thought it?
Like, I think I'm not quite as blown away as you were by how smooth it was compared to how it was before.
Sure.
It's fine.
I think maybe the couple of rides I had on it last season, well, to be fair, even then, I had some good rides on it last season, but I don't know. I think it gets a lot of stick, unfairly, because it was smooth. Anyway, we're going to do Hex. We did Hex. Nice, you know, as always. But, so I was saying this to you. I don't know if it's just me. Sorry?
Let's go this way.
Let's go this way. Changing it up.
Everyone's going up there and they're going to realise that they're can't really get down.
Who's that?
Sir John Wardley when he was a baby.
Of course it is, yeah, Sir John of the Wardley Shire. Wait, we have to go around, okay. Taking the scenic route. We did Hex, it was nice. One thing, I'd seen some rumblings on Twitter about there being an extra bit after the Octagon room.
There was like announcements that I don't think I'd heard before, but I think it was only because there were a few more people than there usually are, so they were like telling people to wait.
Maybe, yeah, okay, so yeah, so firstly, that was probably the biggest group that I've done Hex with in a long time.
Yeah, it was nice actually to see people going on it, because usually it's dead.
Yeah, normally there's like 10 people on it, including yourself.
It didn't take a long time for it.
No.
We
were in the first batch.
But it was full.
It was a full batch, yeah, so that was nice. Yeah, there was no new bit, as it were. There was a little announcement as you leave the Octagon and head for the vault, basically saying, please make your way to the vault quickly.
So everyone else can come around in this big old spot.
Yeah. But yeah, right, I don't know if it's just me, if I've not sat as close to the near end of the vault as you enter it before, the entrance end of the vault, but all the sound was coming from the far side, all the audio, the immersive audio.
Yeah, I'm sure it's meant to be both sides and it's in stereo, and I think
there's like speakers at either end of the madhouse building, and yeah, it seemed that there was no audio coming from the entrance end, so all the sound was coming from one side, which meant one, it wasn't as loud, and two, it didn't fill the room, and it kind of killed the atmosphere a little bit.
It wasn't as immersive.
No, it was less immersive.
You need that booming audio, don't
you do, you need the big banger booms.
It needs to have a banging donk on it.
Put a fat donk all over it.
Yeah. You need that buttery biscuit bass.
It needs that.
Yeah.
Although the bass in the Octagon was phenomenal. I was just saying how the sound system in the cinema room has like, it's all mid-range. Yeah. There's no sort of welly whatsoever. And then in the Octagon, where it says at the end, the vault sealed for
centuries.
There you go. It vibrates through your soul. It's amazing.
It's like Satan is talking to you in your mind.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, unfortunately, the sound system in the actual vault didn't seem to be working properly. Shame. Put a dampener on the experience, but what are you going to do? It's one of those, isn't it? So to speak. We're heading over to the Intamin Forest now. Mrs. Evil's going to meet us here. She didn't want to do Hex, she couldn't be bothered, so she went to have a look in Towers Trading.
She wanted to be in Merch Paradise, that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. So, she's going to apparently meet us somewhere around here. It's showering a bit, or it has showered a bit. It's fine. It's mildly moist, just a light sprinkling, you know.
Just a light sprinkling.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Rita 13, and then maybe a cable car our way across to Forbidden Valley.
Looks like it's dead.
Rita and 13 have just shat the bed. So we'll see where Mrs. Evil is, and we'll possibly just make our way over to the Forbidden Valley and do some rides that actually work.
Yeah, from Intamin Forest down to B&M Valley.
Not B&M bargains, you know. Actual quality B&Ms. So yeah, let's figure out what's happening. We've decided to do the dungeons, seeing as we've got our premium passes. And we came along to inquire about time slots, and this is the last time slot of the day. So we've booked ourselves on it, and we'll be going in shortly. Mrs. Evil's already experienced this. I haven't. Owen hasn't.
So far, we are the only people waiting, so we might get a private run. Who knows?
Interesting. So we'll tell you about it afterwards. Wicker Man as our last ride of the day. It's after 5 o'clock now. It broke down. We came over here. We did the dungeons. We'll talk about that in a bit. We had like half an hour left, and lovely. And by the time we come out of the dungeons, we had like half an hour, 25 minutes left. We wandered round this way, and we thought we probably haven't really got time to. We got here about 1:45. Wicker Man was down, but it was testing. And obviously if they're testing it, they're going to reopen it, because when it breaks down they have to like run each train round, I think between 3 and 5 times to make sure it's cool before they reopen it. And we saw that happening, so we're like, it's going to reopen. We got back on it at like 5 to 5 on the first train of its reopening. Back row, moist rail, nice and quick. What's Mrs. Evil seen?
Ducklings!
Ducklings! John Wardley's immersive ducklings.
John Wardley, like, birthed them person.
Baby ducks, yo!
Oh my god.
Hey, buddy.
That is heckin' precious.
Heckin' ducks.
Okay, this is the most immersive thing that's happened to me all day.
I wasn't sure what this vlog was going to be called, but I think now it's going to be called Ducklings!
Yep.
Well, they're adorable.
There you go.
The wicker ducks. Where was I? So yeah, we got
very distracted there by ducklings.
we got a back row ride on Wicker Man, and now we've seen some ducklings.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because we were in the pre-show, and I was like, I was thinking, okay, we could like rush through to be the first people through into the station.
Try and break your curse, yeah. But there were
some kids there.
There were a couple of kids like on the other side of the little fence, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to smack those kids out of the way, and I don't want to have to do that.
Bad idea. You got in trouble for that last time, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So I counted the people, and there were about 20. So I thought, if we hang back another last people to leave the pre-show room, then we'll be near the back at least.
And then the ride-up told us to batch into gate 11 of 12.
Yeah. But there was no one behind us, so I was just like, let's just slip into the back.
Owen's like, fuck your rules, man. You can't control me. Fight the man. And
casually slide in a row 12 there.
Yeah, we just yoinked into row 12 and had a nice back row beauty, you know, oh my god, on Wicker Man for our last ride of the day. Initially we were hoping to go and get a couple of more rides on Nemesis, but
I think the dungeon took more time.
Exactly, yeah. Well,
it took almost like an hour out of our day in total.
Yeah, because we got there at about 3:30, and the last slot for the dungeon was 3:45, so we just hung around until our time slot. So yeah, if we hadn't done the dungeon, we probably would have got some whoring on Nemesis. But it's fine.
I really wanted to.
Yeah, you really wanted to do it. I honestly was really indifferent towards it. Yeah. Like I could take it or leave it, but I'm glad I did it. And
because I'm a theatre-y person, I like my theatrical experience.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
So I was really excited.
And it was immersive.
Yeah.
We're going to make our way back towards the car. And we might do like wrap up the day in the car or something, and we can kind of
talk about the dungeon.
Yeah, give a little bit more of our thoughts about the dungeons. Maybe not go into too much detail because we don't want to be spoilery, and also we might be discussing it in a future episode of the Theming and Memeing podcast, which may have a certain special guest on it. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know who it might be, but you know. A mystery guest might be on it, so yeah. So we'll make our way back to the car, I think. Possibly via the meme rail station, possibly not, I don't know.
We've already done that. I think we've milked
we've milked
the end.
And beyond.
The last drop, I think.
Yeah. So we'll give you our final thoughts coming up next. We finished our day at Alton Towers. We're back in the car in the wonderful immersive car park. Owen's rummaging in his bulging sack. We're going to do a little bit of merch paradise. Mrs. Evil went shopping while we did Hex. What do we have first? What's item number one?
Item number one.
Item number one is the Nemesis 25 plush bear thing. He's got a bit of a derpy face, but he's kind of cute, and Mrs. Evil wanted him because he's a stuffed bear, and also because he's Nemesis 25, so you know he's probably quite limited edition. So that's item number one. Ba 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 ba. Oh,
immersive audio.
We also have. Sorry about the shaky throwing around camera. We have the Oblivion t-shirt. Oblivion, don't look down. Mrs. Evil bought me that. That's fantastic. I'm very pleased that you did. Thank you. She's super kind and nice and lovely. I'll look forward to wearing that at a future theme park trip. We've got a collection of pin badges. We've got the Wicker Man, Wicker Lad one. Oh God, yeah, Wicker Man. Very nice. We have, what the fuck is this? Alton Towers 2019, because you know, it's 2019 and we were at Alton Towers.
You've got to get one for every year.
And
Gotta give Barney all your money.
13, bruv. So that's a nice little collection.
And then I also
pin badges. What does Owen have?
Oblivion 20th anniversary from last year that was left over.
Very
nice that Mrs. Evil also bought me.
Yeah,
she's very nice and bought us all presents.
Yeah.
She's like the theme park Santa.
Isn't she lovely? And
a Nemesis.
The Nemesis collector's coin.
Collector's coin, pop badge thing, and a Nemesis 25 pin badge as well.
Beautiful.
Can I do the tune again?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just love doing that.
That's fine. Yeah, so that's been our day. We need to talk a little bit about the dungeons.
Yes.
As I said before, I was pretty indifferent towards the dungeons.
It
is getting steamy. Open the door.
Open
the damn door, because we have some steamy windows up in here.
It's steam from the steam clouds.
Other people are going to wonder what we're up to in this car. Yeah, the dungeons. I was kind of take it or leave it. Like, I wanted to get it done at some point this season at least, because we've got the premium pass, so you get a free dungeons visit with every visit. I thought it was really good, actually. I think you really liked it.
I loved it. I think it warmed up as well. It got better as you go through, I think. Like, you started with the courtroom scene, which was okay, but I think it wasn't the best courtroom scene I've done. Bearing in mind, I've done 2 dungeons before. I've done York and Edinburgh. Yeah. So I've never done London or Blackpool, which is kind of odd because I go to Blackpool all the time.
I've done Blackpool. That's the only other dungeon I've done. Me and Mrs. Evil did it a few years ago. Yeah, I felt like that was maybe a little bit... I felt there was a couple of scenes that were sort of filler. Yeah. And that's fine. And I guess in a way you've got to have like the troughs for the peaks to feel peaky, if that makes any sense. For me, the highlight of the dungeons was the boat ride. That was really good.
I was very impressed by that because I knew that they were going to utilise the boat ride because I'd avoided all spoilers. I didn't know anything about it. I knew they were going to utilise the boat ride, but I didn't know how much, to what extent they were going to utilise it. And York dungeon doesn't have any rides. That was the first dungeon I ever did. And then I did Edinburgh, and it's got the drop tower thing at the end, but it also has the boat ride in the middle. I say boat ride because it's literally just, you get on a boat, it moves forward into a room and stops in that room, and you have some effects and actors and a bit of a scene in there, and then it moves forward to the offload station. It's not really a boat ride. Whereas I was very impressed by the one in this. I'd never actually done Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Toyland Tours or anything that it was before. I've never been on that ride system before, and I was very impressed with how it's like a proper dark ride.
It was short-ish, but it was really good. I thought, you know, there was some
good scenes, some good projections, and all sorts.
Some good smiles from the smile pods.
Nice selection of smiles.
But no, I'd heard, I've didn't have a lot of spoilers, but I had heard it mentioned about like it's more. There's a few animatronics and some projection, you know, the use of projections and stuff. But I think I'd heard about that in like a negative sense, like they would have rather had like actors and stuff. But I think it worked really well.
It was just like a dark ride.
Exactly. It was like a really well themed immersive dark ride. And I think it was worth it just for that, to be honest with you. Some of the other scenes were brilliant as well. The final scene, you've all heard. Well, what I've heard is people going, "Oh my god, the final scene though," and the final scene was very good.
It was very, very good.
Without being spoilery, it's quite spooky. Nice and theatrical. It ramps up the tension as it goes along.
That's what it does very well. I was expecting it to be like really scary because that's what everyone had said, but it was more scary because of how it cleverly built the tension in a very theatrical way. That was very, very good.
It was good. I recommend it. If you haven't done it, I recommend checking it out.
I think compared to other dungeons that I've done, the theming wasn't maybe quite as good because you know, there were like maybe none of the ceilings were themed. There were a lot of black corridors.
Yeah, in between the scenes.
Just purely black corridors.
Where some of the other dungeons have, you know, themed corridors.
Yeah. And obviously it was a lot shorter than the other dungeons, but I think that works because it's in a theme park and you don't want it to take too much time out of your day. It's kind of the perfect length.
It's a 45-minute experience, and it was literally 45 minutes on the dot from the moment you go in to the moment you come out. I mean, pretty give or take a couple of minutes.
It was like we reckon we sort of took about an hour out of our day to do that because we got there quite early.
Yeah, we got there at like 3:30, and the final slot of the day was 3:45,
so
and that's maybe my only other niggle, if I'm going to nitpick, is that I was surprised that the last slot of the day was at 3:45 when ride close was at 5, and I think I would maybe like it if they had the final slot at ride close or just before, because then we maybe would have had a chance to get a couple more rides, you know, a couple more rides done than we did, and then maybe finish the dungeons at the end when people are normally kind of, you know, shopping.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't do that every visit, but I wanted to do it because it's new and it was cool. And
yeah, I'd certainly do it again this season, once or twice.
It'd be good if Scarefest, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
another kind of attraction to
almost like another little scare maze, but again, obviously it's a lot more family friendly.
Yeah, it's more, I would say what I always say about the dungeons, they remind me a lot of Horrible Histories. It's that kind of vibe. It's like, you know, family friendly with humour, but also gory and stuff as well.
Yeah, kind of little bit gory, but not like graphically gory, more a suggestion of gore. And, lots of like, you know, euphemisms and kind of, you know, sort of like sexual jokes, but like subtle sexual jokes that the kids won't worry about, but the adults will be like, snigger. Yeah, you know, overall, I think it's good. Yeah. And with that, that's the end of the vlog. We've had an immersive day here. Highlights of the day. What was your highlight of the day?
Ducklings, obviously.
Ducklings. Yeah, we saw ducklings. Other than that,
back row ride on Wicker Man was good.
Yeah,
it was nice to actually get one. I'd never not been on the back row since. Well, I didn't go exactly when it opened, but like the first week it opened, yeah.
See, I'm not sure if my highlight of the day was actually the boat ride on the dungeon. That was really cool. I don't know. It's just spending it with you and Mrs. Evil. Yeah. That's been my highlight of the day, you know. Yeah, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed the vlog. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it, and if you didn't enjoy it, I don't know, like go and tell your mum or something.
Yeah.
I'll leave a link in the description for Owen's channel. He does musical stuff, some of it's theme park related,
which still doesn't have anything new on it since.
Yeah, if you're new here, go and check it out. He's a talented musician and he does stuff. Also, I'll leave a link to the Theming and Memeing podcast, which I'm involved with, in the description below. There should be a new episode along in the next few weeks, hopefully. I don't know.
I hear it's quite good.
It won an award, you know.
Really?
It did.
You've never said that before.
I've never mentioned it before, have I? Yeah, that's it. Subscribe, like, comment, share it, all that good stuff. That's it, really. From me, from Owen, and Mrs. Evil in the back. We'll see you next time. You're not going to play us out?
Oh, what shall I play?
Anything.
Shall I do... Hey! Better than Black Mamba by Sean Sambrook.
Black Mamba is a B&M.
No, it wasn't better than that. Nothing is.